this works for us. We're not looking to package this and make it into a course for other people. This is what works for us. And I think what we're saying is, in this new world, in this new paradigm, you really need to figure out or find your own sweet spots. Welcome to Purposeful Podcasting. I'm Wendy.
And I'm Krystal. This podcast is meant to share how we and other entrepreneurs bring together purpose and passion to leverage profit in our businesses.
We are shining a light on adventure-loving, purpose-driven, action-minded, authentic, and rebellious entrepreneurs.
Just like us.
So join us as we talk about business and life and everything in between. Hey, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Purposeful Podcasting by your favorite serendipitous rebels. So you cannot see Krystal waving. Krystal's waving.
Hi, everybody. I'm Krystal.
I'm not waving, but I'm Wendy. Today, we are talking about something that really just kind of hit us. It's time to do business differently, a little rebelliousness. Mm-hmm. I'll start off before passing it along that I have, and I think we have felt disillusioned, I think is the best word for how online businesses have been operating of late. So we decided to do something about it, at least in our small world. Krystal, would you like to elaborate on that?
Let's start with, what are we disillusioned with right now? I think that there are a lot of rinse and repeat tactics that are super overused and overtaught in the online business right now. We see right through them. I know we get 1 million ads in our feed a day and 1 million emails a day. And I'm going to hazard a guess, because our audience and those listening to this podcast are really smart people, that you are all seeing through it all too. So what do? You create an offer and you're told that you need to scale that to a group program. So check. Sure, we did that. Launch a free workshop to sell the offer. Fine, check. Then you need to launch and you need to set up a 10 email series launch program. You need to stuff all of your knowledge into this little box and then force people to take all of it. Don't forget to throw it into a high ticket offer or something else, whatever the hell that means, because that's such a vague term, high ticket offer. Behind the scenes, we go through all the motions and we start to feel pretty checked out of the whole process. So we asked ourselves, where are we not checking out? So where are we not checking out, Wendy?
We are not checking out when we work with our private clients. When we work really one-on-one, or actually it's two-on-one, we're so excited about customizing and specializing and being very specific to what their needs are. We have a lot of knowledge, but it's not necessarily relevant in every single case. And also, we definitely are not checked out on the podcasts. Mm-hmm. We have a long list of ideas and thoughts, and we spend an unbelievable amount of time talking about these things on Voxer, because again, it's that we have a wide range of knowledge and experiences and stories that we really want to share and to allow our listeners to learn something, glean something from, maybe even motivate or inspire. We really lean into our mission to help people live the life they want to live. That includes really even starting by defining your voice and then put your voice into the world to create the impact that you want. So here we are this week.
We kind of had a rebellious idea out of all of this. And what we did was I sent Wendy this, I don't know, what you
ridiculously long email.
A ridiculously long email.
Manifesto.
Well, okay, that's the word I was thinking of. I sent her a manifesto.
You know what just popped into my head? Do you remember the episode or the scene in Jerry Maguire where he had a really bad stomach ache and he ate bad food and he got up in the middle of the night and he wrote a manifesto of how to do business differently in the sports
yes.
world? Okay, this was your Jerry Maguire moment.
Oh my God, this was my Jerry Maguire moment. It was a manifesto. It was like 3 pages. I don't remember how long Jerry Maguire's was. I don't feel like mine was quite that long, but pretty damn near. I wrote a manifesto. Basically, I asked myself, what would it look like if we did business differently? What would it look like if we valued scaling impact versus scaling profit in our business? What the hell does that mean? Because that seems also vague and floofy and kind of symbiotic of all the other bullshit that I'm tired of hearing online. Okay. Like repurposing the same shit over and over and over again. Here's what we were thinking. We created our most recent program, Purposeful Podcasting Bootcamp, which we love and we still love, but we took every problem we knew had to solve that our audience was having about how to launch a podcast and we crammed it into the program. But what did we find when we were going through it in reality?
Everyone needed something different. There were some people who really were just hung up on the technical pieces. There were people who needed help with content. There were people who just needed accountability. So it was a really interesting mix. And there were people who just wanted to hang out. I think it really brought to light, I think first individually and then together we talked about this. Why do we need to be all things for all people? Is it possible to have a really good blend that meets everybody's needs? Oh my gosh. And that in and of itself, it sounds overwhelming, but I don't think it is. It sounds it, but I don't think it is.
It's not. So this is what we know to be true from talking to our audience and then just talking amongst ourselves and talking in our own Voxer threads with other entrepreneurs that we coach with or that we collaborate with or that we just bounce ideas off with, our Square Squad, if you will. People are burnt out on courses. How many courses do you have in your repertoire that you started but you never finished?
A lot. Oh, you weren't asking, really. You weren't asking me to answer that, were you?
Oh, I totally was asking you to answer that.
A lot. When I see a course, I sort of run away, run fast, run far.
People want or need coaching. Sometimes you need it. You don't know that you need it, but people are afraid to commit to long-term programs. We're tired of the 12-month commitment, extended drawn out payment plans. I also think that there's a piece of this too, where people are intimidated because they think that coaching in itself is unattainable or like way too expensive, because you either hear of these $25,000 mastermind programs and people starting out are like, yeah.
Right. And that's also totally not the place to start. Coach says to you, I have a very high end 7-8 figures, but you're new. Why don't you join us? Then what they're doing is just, it's a money grab.
Yeah. Run away, fast.
Yeah.
There is a lot of uncertainty around the industry, around the economy, and around how we operate. I think people are trying to cram tactics that were working really well in 2020 and even 2021, and they're not working anymore because sales cycles are more drawn out. People were also, I think, grasping for information and grasping for solutions in 2020 that they're not grasping for anymore. So programs and things that were selling like hotcakes because people were desperately needing community in the pandemic and needing solutions,
right,
needing it in the same way.
Exactly. Courses were very popular, but now it's that people want interaction, people want connection. Mm-hmm. People would rather, I think, get together for 2 or 3 days and pound things out than do a course that's on your own. It's like everyone wants to keep up, to stay in the game. I've heard of people who are willing to literally tank their bank accounts, which don't ever do. And on the flip side of that is, I'm not sure we know what it means to keep up and stay in the game anymore, because everything is changing so quickly. It's like, oh, all of a sudden it's AI or anyway, whatever. And that's not really the topic of this particular podcast. But I think if you go back to really, what is your core? What is your purpose? What problem do you solve? And just focusing on really the foundational purpose of your business. You don't need, don't need every bell and whistle. If you have a solid purpose, if you have, it's authentic, it speaks your voice, it makes your heart sing. And I think what we're trying to say is that we want to work with you and people like you to achieve your goals. I have come to truly love one-on-one, or again, two-on-one client work. If I said it was fun, that would be true, but not necessarily what you want to hear. I thoroughly enjoy it. I think I've digressed again, and this is really for us. This works for us. We're not looking to package this and make it into a course for other people. This is what works for us. And I think what we're saying is, in this new world, in this new paradigm, you really need to figure out or find your own sweet spots.
I was inspired by a workshop I had attended by Data Driven Rebel, where they had kind of talked along a similar thread too. The idea was, again, like Wendy said, about really nailing down who it is that we want to work with, which is entrepreneurs who are purpose-driven and who want to get something done in their business right now. And I think that speaks to a wide variety of our audience, like Wendy said, and that seems sort of overwhelming. But how many of us are looking into our businesses right now and go, I really need to get this done, but I need outside help. I need the accountability. I need the workshop. I need the tech acumen. I need something or somebody else's eyes to help me with this right now. So in this crazy season of life, because who else is feeling like life is just completely batshit crazy this summer? We want to work.
Not just the summer.
Not just the summer, just all the time. All the time. We're looking for things that are bringing us joy. Mm-hmm. Can we shoot out some examples of that, of like what that would look like, or what that would
say? Your goal is to finally launch an ebook. That is something that with dedicated time can be done and set up in really a relatively short period of time. And boom, boom, boom. You want to launch a podcast. Hey, and working one-on-one, it doesn't have to be drawn out. These things can also be manipulated to fit your agenda, your time frame, your schedule. Let's see, what else? List building, help with list building, get your group on. That's another. So, you want to create the masterminds or run some sort of a group event. I don't want to share our combined experience in that area, because that would kind of make me sad to think that either one of us was that old. Yeah, I read your lips on that one. She said, oh shit. And I'm older than you by a lot. Anyway, so there's so many different things. It could also be things that I need to unpack my business, or I need to pivot from one thing to another. That's actually a really great one that needs coaching. So I think that really the question that we're asking our listeners, what is it right now that you could use help with, over the next, maybe just through, it's Q2 already. Did you realize that? Or is it Q3? It's Q3.
It's Q3.
What is it that you want to get done in Q3 or want to get done by the end of this year? I think that what we're looking at is a flexibility. Yeah, flexibility in terms of the actual work, and also its pricing too, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm really getting tired of the invisible gatekeeping that happens in online business. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think that there's this pressure that exists that if you want to succeed, you have to put in all on the line and invest. Like Wendy said, like this pressure to like mortgage your house to pay for this coach who's going to scale you to 7 figures. Not everybody wants or needs to run a 7-figure business. I got a cold DM today about I'm running a retreat only for entrepreneurs who have 7-figure businesses. I'm personally inviting you. I'm laughing because 1, we don't have a 7-figure business. And 2, what the hell, if you're running a 7-figure business and you're supposedly operating in that arena, why the hell are you cold DMing me on Facebook to fill up your mastermind? It's such bullshit. The whole marketing and sales game has become so convoluted. I'm just so tired of it all. And it's all smoke and mirrors. And I think what we're trying to do is say, okay, I want to shift the paradigm. We have a lot of skills that we can offer to help people in the world. But I think when we look at the whole big picture of what online business is and what it should be and what it is that we can offer, we're tired of trying to fit everything into a box. That's the interesting thing about coaching. And I think that's the interesting thing about gatekeeping with offers and programs out there. And I think that's the biggest difference between like a coach and a consultant. And what I think we're saying is that we want to be able to create offers and the ability and opportunities to work with people who are stuck on the thing on their business right now. Pitch it. So we're calling it pitch us your purpose-driven goal. Pitch us your budget, pitch us your goal, and let's see how we can work together to make that happen.
Exactly. We're sharing this because we want to talk about doing things differently and encourage our listeners to do things differently. Not just because we're doing this, though you tell that I'm not the marketer in this arrangement.
Because you didn't write a manifesto, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. But I will say that there is a good feeling, wanting to feel joyful at a time when, or a season of life where it's not always joyful, where there's a lot of mixed emotions going out around. And knowing that we come to the table feeling super excited about working with people, I think that's what we all want.
Yeah.
And I know it's not always possible. And I know it can be sometimes a challenge to get there. I just feel so strongly that we need to work towards that. Does that make sense?
It makes total sense. I think the biggest indicator of that was that everybody working in the online space right now feels hella burnt out. And yet, instead of just coming out and saying that and saying we need to do things differently, we're hustling on social media, trying to maintain this image of like, we've got it all together. We're figuring it out. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Whereas then when you really get behind the scenes of their business, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. And when we think about, again, what's the mission of Serendipitous Rebel? It's to help you create the life you want to live by digging in and connecting to your purpose and what it is that you want to do. It's one of the things I'm most proud of in our business is that we've been able to do that. And when we work one-on-one with our clients, I feel like we're always bringing it back to that point to remind them of like, what is your purpose? Why are you doing this? All right, let's give yourself some grace in this moment. Let's troubleshoot this. Let's work this and create the business that's great for you and not try to create an offer that makes you feel like you need to create something or make you feel like this is what it is supposed to look like. Because of the fact of the matter is, who gets to decide what it's supposed to look like?
Oh, that is so true.
We want to meet you and meet our clients where they are and create the businesses that they want to create. And we don't want to try to fit you or ourselves in a box in order to do so. So we're going to break the rules and have some fun. We're going to lean in over the next several months to our calendars are open. If you'd like to pitch us your project or pitch us your goal, that is exactly the kind of people we're looking to work with right now. It has so, but there's some parameters to this. And I know we don't like rules, so I promise you there's not a lot. Okay. There's like 2. 1, it has to be something that we can get in and out of with a measurable outcome. We can help you validate existing offers. We can help you launch your podcast. We can help you, even if it's just with a piece of that podcast. You're just having issues with the tech, like some of our people. Let's get in and troubleshoot that. Most of our people that come through our program don't have the issues with the tech. They say it's tech, and what it really is how to write your origin story, how to write your story, how to create your content, how to cultivate it around that. Let's be honest, like that's what most of you need help with. We can help you with that. Do you have an existing podcast that you feel like is not doing what you want it to do and you're not sure about the content? Yeah, we can help you drill down and improve your content and your stories. Do you have a business goal over the next 30 days that you just want some accountability and help with? We can do all kinds of these things, simple business plans, strengths assessments, I mean, the litany and abilities that I have don't even hold a candle to the abilities that Wendy has, and all of the training and all the offers that she can do with people. So that's rule number one, though. Okay, we want to be able to get in and out of it with a measurable outcome. We don't want to sign you up for a 2-year long-term mastermind project, because the fact of the matter is some of you are just needing help over the next 60 days to get something done, and then you're ready to peace out, and we're cool with that. Like, let's help you get through that. And then the rule number 2 is you need to have a good heart and a good cause, because we don't want to work with assholes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is very true.
And so that's it. Pitch us your offer. Pitch us your project. We'll get to be the final decision makers. There's going to be a link in the show notes for a calendar. If you just want to sit and shoot the shit for 15 minutes, book a call. Let's see how we can help you. Or if you're just curious to know more about this and how we're doing business differently, book a call. I would love to hear your feedback on it. But at the end of the day, we know that we can look at all kinds of different facets of your business. I can look at a lot of your marketing stuff, at your list building technique. Wendy can look at your content pieces, your origin stories. Are you actually like building the business model that works for you? I keep speaking for you on all the things you could do. I could let you speak for yourself on all the things you do.
You are doing a fantastic job. So I am not in any way going to interrupt your school of thought. But I just think that this is an exciting time to just break through. And it's not just for us, it's for others as well, is lean into what brings you joy. Lean into what you're good at and see what comes out of it. Can I book a call to just shoot the shit with you about all this stuff?
You have a direct line access, baby. You can call me.
Yes. Well, on that note, thanks for joining us.
We can't wait to hear what you all come up with. Bye.
See you later. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe and leave us a rating.
But only if you liked it. Otherwise, just keep it to yourself.
You can learn more about purposeful podcasting on our website at serendipitousrebel.com.
And if you have topics you'd like to hear about, be sure to submit them on our website or DM us on social media.